What did I think of Sword Art Online? You know what? It was good, and you know why it was good?
Was
I'm
that
gonna give you one guess.
Kirito wasn't the protagonist?
That's exactly right. SAO works a whole lot better if Kirito is just a side character or a supporting character.
So I was thinking about this later. Kirito is more of a Deus Ex Machina when he's not the protagonist.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, it's Sword Art Online. I'd rather him being Deus Ex Machina out of nowhere than a Deus Ex Machina who is also the main character. That's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Yeah. No, like I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I just like because he's not the protagonist anymore, he's just like a random win button.
Listen, Kirito is a force of nature. He's like a hurricane. He's like a tornado. He's like a volcanic eruption. You can't stop him.
Okay, one of my favorite scenes that like I was laughing very hard at is at the very beginning of the movie.
Okay.
When they're doing the beta test.
Yeah, and then he just like comes in and
he just comes in and wrecks house.
Yeah.
Yeah. No spoilers. This is like the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it's literally the opening of the movie, like the first scene of the movie.
Yeah, like I remember we were watching it and then just hearing Jay dying laughing when he just
Oh, and like to be honest, that was probably like the movie viewing experience went from like the most annoying movie viewing experience to like the best movie viewing experience because of one guy in particular in the crowd.
The one who was
like,
it
annoying for you at the beginning?
Asuna the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. That was that guy just loved Asuna. I mean,
well, and then also when Kirito put on his coat.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, puts on the cloak for the first time. Oh shit.
For the listeners, basically every time that Asuna came on the screen, this guy would go, "Oh shit," and like clearly be so excited. And then the other exception was when Kirito, I guess it's sort of spoilers, but when he puts on his black swordsman.
Spoilers
cloak.
for SAO from 2012.
Yeah. If you don't know that Kirito's a black swordsman, then you don't care about Sword Art Online. So
no, I like the second that she came up on screen, he audibly said, "That's my wife."
I forgot about that.
I don't even remember that.
At first, I'm like, "Oh no, here we go!" Like it's just gonna be people talking the whole time. But then, like, everybody was like into this guy, like.
I don't know,
going nuts.
I don't know what it is about anime movies, but like I find it works to have that kind of commentary with it. I don't know, like you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's different than like when you go see like a Marvel movie or something. Like it's fine if people are like reacting.
Yeah, that's true. I don't mind it so much if I've seen the movie before. Then it's kind of like it feels like you're kind of watching it with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
But maybe because it was the first time I watched it, I'm like, I just want to watch the movie. But then I remembered, wait, this is Sword Art Online, and I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, like, I think it depends on the movie. Like, for a movie like SAO, where it's just bullshit throughout from beginning to end, you know, like, I don't care what anyone will say. Like, go all throughout the whole movie. I don't give a fuck. But, like, if it's like a movie like if someone were to do that during a silent voice, I'd be a little peeved.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bit more of a serious. That's a film.
Yeah, like that's
more than a movie.
As Martin Scorsese would say, cinema.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what made it also very good?
What?
No Yuki in the movie.
No Yuki. Yeah.
You mean Yui?
Yui, sorry, Yui.
Yui. Yeah. Their daughter.
Yuki's the black-haired girl from the Mother's Rosario arc, or also Asuna's last name.
Right. Yuki's the one who.
What? Jay coming with a deep lore. Hold on, I have to Google that.
What? That Yuki is Asuna's last name? I know Yuki. That's the girl.
It's the girl that was in the last arc of SAO2.
The sick girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The girl with in the hospital.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about Yui.
Yui. Yeah. If you like SAO, and you want more SAO goodness, this is what you're not gonna get any better than this.
You know what?
Except for
Honestly,
the GGO stuff, but
you know what? Honestly, like I found this movie was kind of like the breath of fresh air that I needed for SAO. I'm kind of sick of Kirito, and that's why I kind of like this most recent season as well, when Kirito is kind of
Comatose.
in a coma.
Yeah.
in a coma the whole time.
Drooling in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I mean, it was annoying that all the girls were like literally fawning over a vegetable, but but I mean, it was still better because he wasn't like the main character. And you know what? It kind of makes you more excited because you're like, when is Kirito gonna wake up? When it like
But I think
they'll win once he does.
Well, yeah, but that
So,
was
like-
more. That was more because we didn't care about anyone else in that show.
I care about Asuna
I liked her friend too.
and Alice.
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh.
they weren't taught. They weren't giving us Asuna. They were giving us like random orc from the demon army.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Or that love story that literally took place over the course of a half episode.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't care about these people.
that was more what fueled my when's Kirito coming back than
Yeah.
him being in the chair. I'm gonna be honest.
But I mean, like, going back to the movie, like, that kind of makes you, like, when I was watching the movie, I'm like, okay, when is Kirito going to show up?
Yeah,
Because, I mean, he's a meme.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I like memes.
See,
you know?
for me, when he showed up, I was expecting it to be Klein when he first showed up, because
Please. Klein?
Why?
they met canonically in the show at that meeting that they went to in the movie, but that didn't they changed some stuff. So I didn't expect them to meet where they did or when they did.
Now,
And I expected it to go perfectly in line with the original.
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, I think the whole point of this movie series is to kind of like flesh out their relationship a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it like
No, I definitely agree. It's just that, I didn't expect it because I expected it to go beat for beat, the exact same, which it didn't. And whether that's a bad thing or not, I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely wasn't something I expected.
yeah. So I mean, like when you say like I'd recommend this to people who like Sword Art Online. Yes, I would. I'd also recommend it to people who maybe weren't really into it because I think it's genuinely a step up from the original
I agree with you there, Cole.
because of the small
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
But I think you might not. I don't know how you would take it if you haven't seen Sword Art Online. Like, would you be confused a little bit? Because it kind of just assumes you know a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's kind of like it'd be kind of like watching Endgame without watching any of the other Avengers movies. Like, you might not fully get it. You know what I mean?
I'd be curious.
Yeah, I'd be curious too. Let us know, listeners, in the comments if you don't watch Sword Art Online. If you watch this movie, what you think?
Yeah. Were you confused?
I'm sure that is almost nobody, because what are you doing going to see a movie in theaters if you haven't watched the rest of it, I guess. But
I'm also
Yeah.
curious if you dropped off SAO and this movie brought you back.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
yeah.
Because I think that's another thing is that this movie could probably bring SAO fans who dropped off the series because of either Fairy Dance or Yui or whatever it be, Kirito, if it brought those people back.
You know what? I'm more curious about that side now that you mention it. If you fell off SAO because you got sick of the Kirito bullshit, if you watch this movie and you're like, actually, yeah, SAO works a lot better if Asuna's the main character. You know?
Yeah. And because we know what SAO is, we knew that, there is no immediate danger. The threat of death still felt more present in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt that too.
Because Kirito wasn't the main character and broken the whole time.
Yeah.
It kind
Yeah,
of
definitely.
It kind of felt like in the past, like the last of War of Underworld and stuff like that, and this movie, like they kind of get that people are sick of Kirito a little bit. Like, because they basically took him out of Alicization, and then they basically took him out of like the first half of this movie too, right? Like maybe it seems like they kind of know people are sick of him.
Yeah, maybe who's the guy who wrote it?
Reki
Jay?
Kawahara.
Yeah, maybe he was getting feedback and people are like, hey, listen, you need a character who's not like absolutely untouchable.
I would agree with that
But then he
if
has sequels that
Progressive came out in 2012, so
Oh, then no shot.
yeah.
Well, but like the
Yeah.
idea to make it into a movie, like
Yeah,
that
no,
could have
that like
motivated
from
it.
the studio perspective,
Yeah.
I could totally see that, but like
Yeah.
as a series on its own, no.
Now,
Yeah.
Jay-
but definitely the studio.
Jay, as the light novel guy, have you read this light novel?
I haven't, but I've honestly been considering picking it up.
I'm actually a little stunned. I was going to ask for your opinion on the light novel, but
I my hands up.
Yes, Cole.
I read the manga.
there's a manga for this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a manga adaptation.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what?
So like I already knew about this. I knew what would happen before we went in.
Well, I mean, I assumed you just.
Well,
read
that's
the
not a
plot.
surprise. Yeah. Yeah.
It's my superpower.
Foresight.
Spoiling myself.
Quite the superpower.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but what do we all want to give this film? What would you like to rate it, Jay?
I give it somewhere in the range, objectively speaking, a 6.5 to a 7, somewhere in that range.
Okay, what about from just your enjoyment perspective?
Enjoyment, 7 to 7.5.
Yeah, that seems fair. Mike?
I'm gonna give it 7.5 friends leaving their friend to die out of 10.
Take that how you will.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a it was okay. It was pretty good. 7.5. But that's for me. I rate on a curve based on an 8 being like good.
Yeah.
I feel like
7
I feel like that's
7.5 is like it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, like honestly, considering it was a movie, I was really expecting the animation to like blow me away. It really didn't.
No.
A1 is kind of just A1 is like the most like even keel animation studio in the world.
Yeah.
Their movies look just like their shows, and their shows look just like their movies.
Yeah. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this started out being animated as a TV show and then they were like, let's just make it a movie.
It could have.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
honestly
mean,
could have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so even from an animation standpoint, like, you know, sometimes I'll rate something even higher than what I think it is because, like, it's animated terrifically.
Yeah.
But this one was kind of, not to say that it was animated poorly or anything, but I just don't think it was...
I agree.
I don't want to say it wasn't film level, but, like, it wasn't quite to that same, like, level as, like, Demon Slayer Mugen Train or something like that.
Yeah. Or like Makoto
Or
Shinkai
Makoto
meets-
Shinkai.
yeah.
Yeah, or Shinkai, or even like something like that. Like I'd say it was like a good TV show animation.
I was waiting the
Yeah.
whole time for like that one. There's always that one scene that just kind of blows you away in an anime movie. You know what I mean? Where like they clearly dropped the
Yeah.
budget and it just didn't come.
Yeah.
It was just
No, it didn't.
yeah.
I don't even think there was a Sakuga moment in that.
That's what I mean. Like this big.
I
Sakuga
mean,
moment.
I'm sure there were, but I don't know. Like
not to say it was animated
Kirito's. Yeah, Kirito swinging his swords at Goblin Dude looked just the same as it did in the show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And I mean, like,
Yeah,
partially, I think that was, like, partially the point. They wanted to recreate it, but, like, at the same time, it's a movie. Put in
Yeah.
the money. You're also... Aniplex, you got the money for this. A1, you got the money for this. Do it. Just do it.
Yeah, go out.
Go all out.
Blow us away.
Dude, it's SAO. You know how freaking popular...
Yeah, make us the people who like shit on SAO be like, wow, this is really good. But no, instead we're gonna say it was okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
Asuna, best girl. You said that to me in the theater, and I basically turned to you and said like, yeah, obviously. Like, who's she competing with?
There was this moment where like she's like on her own doing her own thing and she's like blushing and all happy and I'm like,
Asuna, best girl. I'm like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like yelling out, "Yeah, that's the point, Jay."
Have you ever seen Sao?
Well, like I mean, her competition is her friend.
Actually, she was pretty good
too.
too. I
Yeah.
did like her friend.
Yeah.
The new character.
Yeah.
I like that she was pretty believable too. Like she wasn't perfect. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like Kirito
Yeah,
is
she was like
perfect.
Kirito, but had like some character flaws.
Yeah.
And I think that the best part about this is that it gave Asuna a background outside of Kirito
Yes.
Yeah,
instead
absolutely.
of just his arm candy.
Yeah,
And I can appreciate that.
yeah, definitely.